All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Hair Metal Revolution. Today, we're going to be talking about my personal favorite 5 top Dokken songs. Now, it's going to be different for everyone. And nobody has to apologize for what songs that they like. All I want to hear from you guys in the comments is your true 5 Dokken songs. Now, don't be one of those people who pretends I only like the deep cuts. Only the deep cuts. I don't like the commercial hits. Come on. And most of those people, when they listen to Dokken, they're not really listening to the deep cuts. Listen, I love deep cuts. We all do. But unfortunately, the 5 songs that I listen to the most are the ones that have singles and videos and stuff. But hey, that's what I listen to. I'm not going to come here and just to say something, just to sound cool, just to sound great with you guys. I'm going to give you my 5 honest Dokken songs I like the most. Now, we're not going to go through the history of Dokken. We know that Dokken during the 80s were always the opening act for arena headlining shows. Unfortunately, they never gotten the opportunity to be the headlining act itself on arena level. And I wish they would have had that opportunity because I would have loved to see what Don Dokken would have done with the stage, George Lynch solos, all the great players they had in the band. Well, we know Don Dokken started in 1976. We're not going to go through the recordings he did in Europe, Germany, back, and he played with some members that, became Rat, stuff like that. But we know that when he really got with George Lynch, that's when the magic really happened. So let's just get right to the 5 songs, all right? So again, because of copyright, I can't play these songs because copyright will take the video down. But that's all right. That's all right. Once you hear my 5, if you never heard of these songs, go listen to them right away. All right, Into the Fire, Tooth and Nail. What can I say? I love the song Into the Fire. Now, some days might be number 5, could be number 3, could be number 4, but Into the Fire is always one of the songs that comes on the radio. Well, if you have Hair Metal Revolution, I'm sorry about that, Hair Metal channel on Sirius Radio, they should name it after my channel, which that would be great. So if Into the Fire's on, or I'll play it, Dokken's Greatest Hits, whatever, Into the Fire is one of the songs I will always listen to. All right, number 4, Breaking the Chains, off their debut album. There's a certain sound that Break the Chains has. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you listen to certain albums like Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, Dokken, Breaking the Chains, there's that very old sound, Def Leppard, High and Dry, that to this day, it's like that sound outlast the later albums that they made where, I don't know, bands experiment a little bit with electronics, that kind of stuff. But there's certain thing about an older sound like Breaking the Chains. The song, the album, I love listening to it. And the song might not even be great, one of the songs on the album, but the sound of it, I just love that old 81 sound recording. And sometimes I wish that when they record modern day, get rid of all that junk. Go back to the old equipment that they did in 1981, where they had a budget of $5 and they created these fantastic songs that we'll all remember for the rest of our life. All right, number 3, The Hunter, from Under the Lock and Key. What can I say? The Hunter is such a fun song. It's a great song. You never heard it before. I'm sure if you're a Dokken fan, you probably heard of it. The Hunter is one of my favorites. Now, number 2. Sometimes it could be number 1. Number 2, it's hard to put the song in different places. In Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, Dream Warriors, Wes Craven said, you know what song I'm going to put in this movie? Forget putting in a Bryan Adams, what's that song called? My Eyes, whatever. Bryan Adams is usually, or Huey Lewis, all these people, Kenny Loggins, their songs are always in the movies. But Wes Craven put a Dokken song, Dream Warriors. Such a great song. It was on the Back for the Attack album, plus the soundtrack. So you could get that song 2 different ways. But I love hearing that song, Dream Warriors. Every time I hear it, I think of Freddy Krueger, or when I watch Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, which to me, the first Nightmare is the best, but the second best is Dream Warriors. And I don't know, it's because Dokken's song is in it too. Don't know, but it's a great song. If you haven't heard of it, just watch it. Just listen and watch it. Watch the movie too if you want. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Hey, I'm sponsoring the movie again. Wes Craven. Oh, Wes Craven. I don't think he's alive. Or unless I'm having a Mandela effect. I don't know. Who cares? All right. So much to give me a check for letting people know that Dream Warriors was in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. All right. My number one. It's Not Love. I think that's the perfect song with Dokken. The song, the energy. It's powerful. It's strong. I love the lyrics, the riff. George Lynch on it is perfect. Pilsner, they're all perfect. You know, one of the things that made Dokken so special was I love Don Dokken's voice. Now, we all know in that era, in the 80s, there's some singers, they were more studio singers than live. I mean, they're good live, but they're more studio singers, you know, like Vince Neil, maybe David Lee Roth. They're better on the studio versus live. But Don Dokken was good on the studio, and he was good live. Don Dokken could really, truly sing. That's why I always wanted to see them have a whole headlining show at an arena level. I would have loved to see what they've done. It didn't happen for whatever reason. I know people say, well, there were some issues with the band, but all the bands had issues. I mean, Rat had big issues. Motley Crue had big issues. Somehow they did it. It didn't happen for Don Dokken group, but Dokken should have been on a headlining act. They're a great band, great 5 songs. Please put it in the comments. What are your 5 songs? I don't care if they're all ballads or this and this. We all have reasons why we like our 5 songs. And let me know how you like my songs. And guys, if it's first time to the channel, subscribe, because we're a family here. You guys all know my saying, we're taking the music back and giving it the respect that it deserves. You'll see a lot more live shows, videos coming up in the near future. I'll see you guys next time on Hair Metal Revolution.